morning students, welcome back to computer science class. Today in this class I am going to explain you about the features of C programming. What is the C programming and what are the features, what benefits you are getting from a C programming. Okay, so first we'll discuss about the father of C programming. Actually C is a first point, C is a structured programming concept. Structured programming concept which I have already explained in the last class. Means in this program whatever programming is there, that program is divided into different parts and each and every part is called as a one section. Okay, so structured programming concept, and this language is developed by Dennis Ritchie. Dennis Ritchie in 1972. Okay, he is also called as the father of programming languages. Dennis Ritchie in 1972 at Bell Labs in USA. Okay, only 2 points you need to remember. It is a structured programming. Structured programming, what is a structured programming? Already I have explained. Means it is a programming where the total programming part is divided into different modules, different functions, and each and every function is designed to perform a specific task. And who developed this C programming? Dennis Ritchie in 1972 at Bell Labs. So only this part I want to explain about C programming. Now I will explain the features. What are the features of C programming? What benefits, what advantages you have in C programming compared to other programming languages? Okay. Now here I will give you the list of features of C programming. So here we have list of features what you are getting from a C programming. What features you are getting from a C programming? What are the advantages you are getting from a C programming? Here I have given the list. The first one is a core language. Second one is small. C is small. Here C is a programming. C is quick. It is portable. Low level features. High level features. Powerful. Bit level manipulation. Modular programming. Okay. The last one is efficient use of pointers. Okay. So these are the features of C programming. Okay. Now we will discuss each and every feature of C programming. The first one is, it is a core language. Core language means it's a basic actually. Actually C program is a general purpose and structured, semi-structured language. And this language is a base for all the programming languages. Okay, and this language is very close to the hardware devices of the system. Means most of the hardware devices programming is written in a C program. So it is very easy when you want to execute the program. So that is why this program is very close to the system, and this program, whatever features you have in this program, that are basic to the other programming languages. Means other programming languages, they will get a few basics from this language only. Okay, so that is why C is also called as a basic language. Okay, and it is general purpose language, and whatever features you have, based on that you can create a simple program also. Okay, now the second one is C is a very small language. Why C is a very small language is, in this here we have a few keywords only. Example. So whenever, actually what are the keywords I will explain. Whenever you are writing a program, in the program we will get a few words from a programming side and a few words from a user side. See example here I will give void main. This is a main function. Your program execution starts from a main function. Next, int a equals to 10, b equals to 20, c equals to a plus b action. I think you all know a, b, c. Okay, but what is this int, what is this void, and what is this main? Okay, these are all called as the keywords. Keywords means for each and every keyword there is a specific meaning. When you write that word in the program, whatever meaning, whatever instructions there for that word, that will be loaded into your program. Okay, so keyword. See here, void main means it is a main function. From this point your program execution will be start. And here int. Int means integer. Int a means in this. Actually these two are called as a variables like this. In order to store the value we use the variables. This block name is A, this block name is C. A value is 10, B value is 20. But you are declaring this 2 and this 2 with the int keyword. Okay, means what it specify means this A and B both are variables, and in that variables we are storing only integer value. If you want to store like this 10.5, it won't accept, because before this I have given int, means in that variable you are supposed to store only the integer. This keyword meaning is that integer. In that particular variable you are supposed to store only the integer value. So in the system, in the programming languages, whenever you are writing any program, will take the help of the keyword. You should take. Okay, and for each and every keyword there is a specific meaning. Okay, so and you can't use that keywords as your variables names and all. Here I have used A, B, C. These are common names. User can give any name like A1, A2, A3, can give X, Y, Z also you can give. So this A, B, C is supplied by the user, that are called as the identifiers. And whatever keywords, whatever words you are getting from a programming, that are called as the keywords. And keywords are having a specific meaning in the program. That keywords you cannot use as an identifiers. Okay. So here in C programmer is a small language. Means why it is a small language is, in C programming also we have a keywords, but only 32 keywords we have. So that is why it is called as a very small language. Compared to Java, C++, there are number of keywords. Okay, but in this 32 keywords just will utilize only the 23. Remaining 9 are there for specific purpose, but frequently used are 23 only. So that is why this language is called as a very small language, because here in this language we have only few number of keywords, limited number of keywords. Now here C is quick. C is a quick means actually, example you have written program in a C program, and if you are executing a program, very quickly that program will be executed. Why this program is very quickly executed is, whatever programming code is there in C programming, that code is very close to your system hardware, so that additional instructions you no need to give the hardware, easily that can be executed by the compiler. Okay, compiler need not to think about the hardware, how that program will be executed. Whatever programming code you have written in C programming, that program consists of clear instructions to the hardware for the execution. So immediately your program will be executed without any problem. So that is why whatever program code you have written in C, that will be quickly executed. Clear? Now come to the next one. It is a portable. Portable means what actually? Moving from one place to another place. Actually in a system we have a few languages like assembly. In the classification of programming languages I have explained. If you are using a assembly language, that is a completely machine dependent. Means that code will work on that architecture only. But in case of C programming, if you have written programming in one system, if you want to move that program to another system, with a few little bit modifications, you can execute same program in another system also. That is a portability. Portability means moving from one place to another place. Here what you are moving? You are moving your programs from one system to another system. If the program is a machine dependent, architecture dependent, you cannot move programs from one system to other system. Okay, if you move also it won't work properly. But in case of C programming, whatever programs you have written, easily you can move from one system to another system, and with the few modifications you can execute that program in another system also. That is called as a portability. Clear? Now come to the next one, low level features. See, low level language feature actually. Low level language features. Low level languages, how many languages I have explained in the classification of programming languages? There are two low level languages. One is the assembly language and the second one is the machine language. Okay. So as already said, C programming consists the features of low level languages like assembly language also. Okay. Means it's very close to assembly language. So if your program is very close to assembly language, it is easy. It will be executed very fastly because assembly language is very close to the machine language. Okay. So here C language is also consists of some features of assembly languages. Okay. So what happened when this language contains the features of low level languages, it will decrease the program execution time and it will increase the response time. Okay, understood? Means throughput will be increased. Means in the short time your program will be executed. You will get a response in a short time. Okay, so this is about low level features. Next, high level features. This C programming is also contain features of high level languages. Actually C will come under high level language only, but it is actually it is between low level and high level. It contains the features of low level and it contains features of high level languages like C++, Java, other programming languages. Okay, and so that is why this high level, whatever features it is having, like a high level languages, using that it is means you can add more features. Okay, you can write a program for a more complicated task also. Okay, and it is high level languages are very close to the users, so that is why that high level languages are also called as user friendly languages. User can easily understand the program and he can easily write the code and easily he can debug the program and easily he can test the program. So C programming is having features of low level plus as well as high level features. Okay, low level language features means the features which you are having in assembly language, and high level language features means the features which you are having in a Java, C++, like that programming languages. Now come to powerful. This language is very powerful. How this language is very powerful means actually how you decide the language is powerful or not. When you are thinking about powerful means when you are using any programming languages, in the language you will get some features like data types, control statements, expressions, tokens, operators, and different loops, decision making statements. These are the features of any programming languages. So in this case, C programming is very rich of these features. Like in C programming, you have number of keywords, number of identifiers, number of decision making statements, number of loops, number of operators, number of expressions. Okay, actually it is a sea of different features. Okay, so that is why this language is called as a powerful language. Okay, and next, bit level manipulation. Bit level manipulation already I have explained in the last class. Bit level manipulation. Bit level manipulation means actually whatever data you store in the system, that data is in a machine language, right? Machine language, how to convert also I have explained. Like you have a 60. This is a general number. It is a number. If you want to store this number into the system, this should be converted into a machine language. Machine language is a combination of zeros and ones. So if you want to store anything into the system, that should be converted into the machine language. So here I am converting right now. 2 30 is a 60. remainder is 0. 2 15, remainder is 0. 2 7s are 14, remainder is 1. 2 3s are 6, remainder is 1. 2 1s are 2, remainder is 1. Next 2 0 1. So 0 1 1 1 1 0 0, reverse order. 0 1 1 1 like this. So this is a machine language. This is also called as a binary language, bit level language. And this language is understood by the system. So whatever you want to store in the system, whatever content it may be a character, it may be a number, whatever it may be, that should be converted into the machine language. Using C programming, actually this is a machine language. It is a low level language, but our C will come under the machine high level language. Using C programming, you can manipulate this bit level also using a programming. So that is why this one of the feature of C is a bit level manipulation. Using C programming, the user can manipulate bit level, okay, content, bit level content also you can modify. Okay, now the next one is modular programming. In the last class already I have explained modular programming. What is the module? A section of the programming. So in a C programming, whatever total programming is there, that program is divided into different sections, different parts, and each and every part is called as a module. See, here I am writing a program for sum of two numbers, not sum of two numbers, arithmetic and logical operations. Only arithmetic operations will write. So in arithmetic, how many modules you have, how many functions you have? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Instead of writing all the functions in a one block, we'll divide the total programming into 4 parts. One part for addition, one part for subtraction, one for multiplication, and one for division. See here, void main is a main function. It should be written in every programming because the program execution starts from a main function. So in the main function, first one is sum, and another function for a subtraction, another function for a multiplication, next another function for a division. So this is called as a module, and each module is designed to perform a specific task. So in the C programming, whatever total programming is there, that total program is divided into different parts, different functions. Each and every function is called as a module. Modular programming. Okay. So what is the use of this? In the last class only I have explained. If you have any error, if you are getting any unexpected result from a addition, we'll check in that block only, not in the remaining block. In that, with that, it is easy for the writing a program. It is easy for checking an error. It is easy for executing. Okay. So in that way, it will increase the performance of the programming. This is called as a modular programming. In C programming, it will come under the structured programming concept. So structured programming means whatever total program is there, that program should be divided into a different modules. And each and every module is designed for a specific purpose, and each and every module will give us some specific result. It should give a specific result, and each and every module should have a unique name, only one entry point and one exit point. Okay, so modular programming means whatever total programming is there, that program should be divided into different sections, different blocks. Each and every block is called as a modular programming. In C programming, it is one of the feature of a C programming is it is a modular programming. Clear? Now, the next one is efficient use of pointers. The last point is efficient use of pointers. Efficient use of pointers means actually what are the pointers? In a C programming, pointers are used to store the address of other variable. Okay. For example, your hall ticket number is there. Your hall ticket number stores your name, your father name, your class, your section. Right? It is storing. Whenever you will give your hall ticket number, it will give the complete information of your subjects. Your personal information also it will give. Okay. Similarly, in the C programming, we have a concept called pointers, which is used to store the address of another variable. See, example I have given like this. Int a equals to 10 are given. It is a variable. When you declare any variable, actually what is the use of the variable? In a C programming, if you want to store any value in the system, in the programming, then we should use the variables. Variables are the storage units which are used to store the value. Okay, see, this is a memory block. In the memory block, I am storing the 10. In which block? What is the name of the block? A. Name of the block only I am giving. Address of the block I am not giving. See example, you have a house number. Your father name is there. In that particular house, this house, you have a 5 members. Example, and 5 members, and that house number is different. Example 1001, and the name of the person or name of the header of that family is example A. Your father. Means total house is identified with your father name only. Father name is A, and in that family there are 5 members. And what is the house number of that house? 1001. Example. Similarly, when you are storing a value in the memory also, there should be a name for that block, value in that block, and address of that block. For each and every block, there is a particular address. Block name. Okay? Every block, there is an address. Understood? So, using this pointer concept, you can find out the address of that variable. Maximum that address is known by the operating system only. But if you want to display the name of that block, address of that block, then we'll use the pointers. Like int A equals to 10. I want to give like this. Int and percent B equals to 20. B. Example. Okay, it's a pointer variable. It is used to give the address of another variable. Okay, it is used to give the address of another. So, if you want to find out the address of that variable, how to find out? So, in C programming, address of the variable is actually stored, is given like this. Ampersand A means address of A. Okay, and here I am giving like this. Int asterisk B equals to ampersand A. Here A is a variable which is holding some value, and that A is having some address. That address means if you want to store the address, you need to use this operator, ampersand operator. Ampersand operator is used to get the address of a variable. So this ampersand, using this ampersand, will get the address of A, and that value is stored in a B. It is not a normal variable, it is a pointer variable. This is a pointer. What is the use of the pointer variable? Pointer variable is used, only pointer variables are used to store the address of another variable. Okay, only pointer variables are used to store the address of another variable, and these pointers are supported by C programming. Okay, in few other languages like Java, we don't have a pointers. In C programming, it supports the pointer. So using the pointer variable, you can find out the address of another variable. But where that using which operator you can find out the address? Using ampersand. Okay, and where that can be stored in a pointer variable. What is the use of the pointer variable? It is used to store the address of another variable. So one of the feature of the C programming is a pointer. You can find out the address of another variable. Okay, so this is about the C programming features. What is the C programming and what are the features? You may expect this question in the 5 marks. Okay, expect this question for a 5 marks. It is in detail I have explained, but in short also you can write in the exam. Okay, what is the C programming? It is a structured programming. It is developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1972 at Bell Labs. Okay, it is a general purpose and you can use this for a complex applications also. Okay, and these are the features. It is a portable and it is very close to the hardware. It is having a low level features, high level features. Okay, and it is using the pointers, and it is having a different looping statements, and it is having a keywords. It's this language is executed very fastly. All those features you can write in the exam. Okay, I hope you all understood. So this is about features. In the next class, we will discuss about how to develop a C programming. Okay, thank you.